Hello guys, from Autentico, welcome back to my channel. First of all, I want to start to say thank you so much for dedicating your time to watch this video. Make sure to watch until the end to support this video. This way, YouTube will promote this video, will send a notification to everybody. So besides that, like the title say, today we compare the most common mixer planetary that is sold in the United States, which is the Kitchenaid, the one for home user, compared to this professional dough mixer for home user, the Autentico mixers. Today we made the pizzas. You have to watch until the end, but I want to show you just really quick. Look at this. We have two main differences here. We got the gluten structure built super well, and we got the gluten structure built decent way. Let's start everything with the usual recipe. Let's go ahead, let's wrap it up everything. Let's get ready. Let's go. Okay, here we go. We are ready to test these two machines, these two mixers that, of course, this is my own brand, and this is the most common brand of mixer that is used in the United States, which is the Kitchenaid. Let's make Autentico mixer the most used mixer in the United States, because this one really deserves the usage for the people. Here we go. We're gonna make the same exactly pizza dough, which is a direct method for this video. Instead of using the polish, we are going to use the old dough. Before we start to make the dough, I want to show you. This one doesn't have the removable ball, so this way it will never break. If you're going to lift up this, take off the ball all the time, every day, of course it will break eventually. This one is the Kitchenaid. You can see, you can lift it up and you can remove the ball. But like you can see here, see? You remove every day, this one can probably break. And this one is been used for about 6 months, and already it looks like older than this one that have 1 year. So let's go ahead, now we can start to make the dough. You can lift this up, and that's how we're going to put the ingredients. But also, you can hold this like that and we can add the ingredients. And with this one, it's a little bit more hard because it spins fast, everything comes out. So let's go ahead and let's start by putting one dough ball, about 280 grams. For this dough, we're going to use 500 grams of water, 750 grams of 00 flour, and 15 grams of salt. So first thing to do here is let's dump the flour in the mixer. Close. Speed number one. Look what happens, see? Now we're gonna add half amount of the water. Speed number one. Maybe more than a half. Okay, save a little bit. We're gonna do exactly the same thing. First difference, look at this. It's a little bit messy now. Now let's check inside how the mixer, what's the speed. Like you can see, Autentico versus the Kitchenaid. Like you can see here right now, already on the Kitchenaid, it's already all together. And this one's still gonna mix. Because what this means, this one stays cold, so it doesn't warm up the gluten, the dough. And this one it's already all together, which is not a good sign because it's putting all together the dough, so it's warming up the dough basically, which is not a good sign for the gluten. So now let's go ahead and let's add the 15 grams of salt. See, it's pushing the whole dough on the bottom right there. By doing that, it's warming up the gluten. So we're gonna see after if the gluten here is damaged or not. Let's go ahead here, it's still really good, and also add the salt. In this case, we can go ahead and raise the speed. So like you can see, this is speed number 1, speed number 6 is the same speed. The speed is important, it's all already attached to the hook, so basically it's not mixing anymore. Okay, what I usually do to build properly the gluten is I add more water by speeding up the mixer, but here we cannot do that. It's a little dangerous. Already speed number 2, we get the water everywhere. And then this one too, we can go ahead and add more water. Take a look right now what is happening. This mixer is having trouble to catch the whole water from the sides. And now let's check the Autentico mixer. Like you can see here, it's catching the water really well. You can see on the sides right there, see, it's no water at all. It's catching the whole dough really well. So now we're gonna wait. When it's absorbed the water, it's good to put more water. Like you can see, we are gonna add much more water there. Then we go back here and we add more water here. And we are doing the same exactly recipe on this. Let's go ahead, let's speed up a little bit more, faster. That's how this mixer works, but pay attention all the flour that we have. And now tell me if you ever had this problem. And we are using only half a liter of water because it's a circulating bowl, easy to speed outside the flour. This one, because it's a straight square, everything stays inside properly. In this one, like you can see, we are damaging the gluten structure because the hook is carrying the dough and it's working the dough all the time, and that warms up. I can feel it right now. This is already warm and this is super cold. I'm gonna go ahead and add it all. Finish with this. Let's go ahead and let's finish up this one too. I can go ahead and put it all together. Finish with the water. Here we go, guys. Let's go ahead and let's stop the machine, the mixers. Like you can see on this one, is building really, really well the gluten. Let's stop the mixer. Oh, nice. Like you can see, it's nice and smooth. No dough on the sides. It's perfect. Unfortunately, with the Kitchenaid, because the same problem that we have, and I'm sure you had this kind of issue before in your dough, and that's I'm going to explain you right now why. Let's turn it off. Like you can see, the gluten structure is super damaged and it's very liquid. But keep in mind, we use the same exactly recipe here. We can save this. I'm going to teach you right now how to save it. One thing is good that it's light, but we made a total mess here. So olive oil on the counter. And let's check out the gluten structure on this one. Little bit of olive oil. Yeah, it's hard. Look at this. Look how strong it is. And it's nice and smooth. Look at it. Insane. That's why it's important what kind of equipment you have. So don't think that at home that you are making a bad pizza or you don't know how to make the dough. It's just because you are not using it properly, the equipment. So now I want to show you, look what we are talking about. Now let's put the dough here. The good thing of this that you can remove the bowl. Use olive oil. We're gonna save this dough because I don't waste anything. And keep in mind one thing, guys. I'm not saying you to invest or buy a mixer. I'm just showing you what you can do with the good quality equipment versus regular equipment. Look at this. This is the dough, the remaining, and that's the bowl. That's the good thing of the Kitchenaid. You dump everything and you put it in the sink. Okay, now again, a little bit of olive oil. Look at this. That's the gluten structure from the mixer Autentico. And this is the gluten structure for the Kitchenaid. It's totally damaged. Just because the temperature of the mixer, the temperature of the dough, it went too hot. So it destroyed the gluten structure. We can fix that. I'm going to show you right now. Let's finish up this way we don't waste time. Let's go ahead and let's create a ball. The goal is to have a nice smoothie dough. The Autentico mixer is ready, little bit of olive oil. Now let's work out this one. It's not a problem. I usually use a little bit of olive oil on the spatula. Now we want to create a ball this way. Once it's detached, quick. Okay, if you see that it's like this, like you can see, we cannot do anything about it. What we're gonna do here is put the dough all together. Now let it rest for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then we're going to work out this one again. A little bit of olive oil, doesn't get dry. So we're gonna let it rest both in the same time. Here we go, guys. In the meantime, I show you how we wash this Autentico mixer. It's easy. You just dump a little bit of water with a towel a couple of times. It takes about 1 to 2 minutes to wash it, and then squeeze out all the water with the same towel. And then go ahead and dry out. And here we go. We see the mixer that is nice and clean. Now, what we did here, like you can see here, now it's very close. We built the gluten also in this dough. What we did, we rested 2 times. 15 minutes, and then we ball it, and you can see the gluten structure was still not smooth. So, and then I let it rest another 15 minutes, and then I go ahead and ball it again. After we did this for about 15 minutes, this is the dough, how it looked like. So now we are ready to make the dough balls on this, and then I want to rest this another about 15 to 20 minutes. So let's go ahead and let me show you how to make the dough balls from this. Like you can see, look, the gluten structure is full of air, it's perfect, it's nice and strong. Like you can see, it's really, really, really strong. Go ahead and cut it. Boom, that's the ball. Let's go ahead and let's ball it all. And then go ahead and just lock it up, and then make sure this one is closed, because the goal is to get all the air inside this little ball. Go ahead, let's put everything in the container. Look at this, see, it goes up. Look how strong it is. Close it. So what we did, we put on the bottom with the little thing here is from Autentico mixer, and this is from the Kitchenaid. So now, about 10 minutes pass by, let's go ahead, let's ball it, this one too. This one I'm gonna go a little bit more gentle and make sure, what I always suggest here, the more you let it rest, the better is your dough. It's very sticky. So what we're gonna do here is help yourself with a little bit of flour. That's gonna help to make the balls a little bit better. See, much easier like that. I'm gonna go ahead and let it rest for another 5 minutes. This way the gluten structure gets much more stronger. Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead, let's grab the dough with the spatula, always with the spatula, and just go ahead and close it, lacquering the dough inside until you feel it nice and strong. Here we go. Let's go ahead and dump it inside the container. And do the same thing with all the dough. Now, let's give it a nice check. Like you can see, we have the same dough balls at the end making the balls. Now, visual, you don't really see it. Let's wait about 2 hours to 4 hours at room temperature, depends. I will let you know when it's ready. And then we're gonna make the pizza and see the whole differences when we make the pizza. Here we go, guys. The dough, it's ready, almost. Hey! Here we go. Questo era italiano. Like you can see, here we have the Autentico mixer dough versus the Kitchenaid dough. Let's feel it. Look at this. The feeling is really strong, it goes back. So I can tell you right now, this one really quick is gonna go ahead and grow. And this one is a little bit more softer than this one, because the gluten structure on the Kitchenaid one is a little bit weaker. It probably is gonna grow a little less. So first one is the Kitchenaid. Let's grab it. Boom, upside down. It's very, very tender. Then let's go ahead, let's grab the Autentico. Make sure always to use the flour. Boom, and voila. Yeah, it's totally different. That's why when you have a really good dough machine, you can go ahead and do the 80%. Let's go ahead and put a little bit of flour on top. Now let's go ahead and I'm gonna stretch this one first. This way you can see how it is to stretch the pizza. Look how much air is inside. Take off the flour. Now let's go ahead and let's stretch. Here we go. Boom. One. It's ready. Now let's go ahead and let's stretch the Kitchenaid one. It's very soft. I have to go really, really gentle with this. There we go, done. You can really tell that this one have much more air than this. They look the same, but they're not. I'm gonna make a classic margherita pizza, both together. I'm gonna cook both in the same time. Let's go ahead, tomato sauce everywhere. Everywhere. Gonna put the Parmesan cheese, a little bit of basil. Then we're gonna go with the cheese, fresh mozzarella. But you see, I'm going in a rush here because this is very important. Once you put the tomato sauce, you need to go fast. The pizzas, they look exactly the same. A little bit of olive oil, voila. Let's go ahead and let's put the pizza on the peel. I'm gonna start with this because it's weaker. But before that, we wanna put a sign here. So this one, with the little thing, is the Kitchenaid. Pinch it, then finger under, peel under. Once we have the peel under, we're gonna make a 13 inches pizza. Nice and big. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna cook it in the professional oven. So let's go ahead and let's cook it. Let's grab the second one. Same way. Much easier to grab this one. Let's go ahead, let's cook it. Now we are cooking the pizzas for about 1 minute or so. Here we go, guys. The pizzas are nice and smoky. Insane the difference that we have here. Let's go ahead, let's put the Autentico versus the Kitchenaid one. I mean, take a look. This one is the Kitchenaid. Let's finish up the pizza with a little bit of basil on top, right there. A little bit of there. Let's see if it's soft and crunchy. I have to say, same texture. We're about to see the inside. I mean, take a look, guys. Judge and comment. We have the Autentico one. Perfect, perfect pizza, full of air. Then we have the Kitchenaid one, which is really good. More like a home pizza, I want to say. Here we go, guys. It's time to check how these mixers build the gluten structure. So the only way to see it is we need to cut it in between the dough. So let's go ahead, let's cut the first one. Now that we have one cut, let's go ahead and let's cut the second one. I'm cutting where the most hair is. Let's see, let's check it out. 3, 2, 1, and this is what I'm talking about. Gluten structure. Let's see it better. Come here. Let's see the inside, see? You get the soft, the inside, and crunchy from the outside. Now let's go ahead and let's see the second one. Like you can see, is a little bit less, but still full of air. Let's go ahead and see right here. See? It's a little bit more thickness from the other one. Let's go ahead and let's grab both slices. Let's see together, one next to the other one, to see better what we are talking about. Now we have the gluten structure built properly, like you can see, and the gluten structure not built properly. But what I want to show to you, because here we're looking the perfection. So take a look of the. Hold on, let me get this. So take a look. See this line here. That's the gluten structure, and inside is all the air that was put inside the dough. And then see here, or here, it's a little bit much more thicker compared to this little line. And also here we have a little bit more doughy dough, and this is much more hair. So you get much more hair packet, so that means it's much more lighter. So that means that automatically this pizza doesn't have the big crust because it's doughy. Have big crust because it's full of air, like you can see. So it's not dough. That means that your body will digest the pizza much more faster, much more lighter, much more easily compared to this one. This is the comparison between Autentico mixer versus a most common one, Kitchenaid. Tell me in the comment which one you think you prefer. Or tell me in the comment if you have one of these and what do you think of switching to a professional one. Guys, besides that, thank you so much for watching, and from Maestro Vittorio Copelli is everything. I'll see you at the next one. Make sure to share this video, and if you don't understand something, go ahead back and watch it all. I'll see you at the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Ciao!